What you are about to learn will completely change everything you thought you knew. We will lift the veil of mystery over one of the most enigmatic and shocking secrets of ancient Egypt. What if we told you that the pyramids are a hidden threat to all of humanity? Sounds incredible, doesn't it? But scientists have undeniable evidence that will make you doubt everything you knew before. You will be astonished to learn that the pyramids were not tombs. They were created for solving much more complex and large-scale tasks. What if they were an inexhaustible source of energy? It is possible, and this discovery could completely change our understanding of the past. Do you want to know the shocking truth about how the pyramids could be dangerous for us? Then you absolutely must watch this video to the end and be prepared for the fact that your world will never be the same again. If you were to ask a random passerby whether the pyramids pose a danger to humanity, you would likely receive a negative response or see a bewildered look. Most people do not even consider the possible threats emanating from these majestic structures. In ancient times, the pyramids were considered one of the 7 wonders of the world, and today they attract the attention of scientists who strive to unravel the mysteries of the past. For the local residents, the pyramids serve as a source of income, as thousands of tourists come to the country because of them. However, few people perceive the pyramids as a potential threat. The commonly accepted opinion is that these monumental structures were built solely to satisfy the ambitions and vanity of the ancient Egyptian rulers. This raises a logical question. Why would they spend colossal resources, employ a massive number of workers, and spend years constructing such large-scale tombs? And are the pyramids as harmless as they may seem at first glance? Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Around 4 to 5 millennia ago, a unique architectural ensemble arose on the Giza Plateau, consisting of several monumental structures. These majestic constructions continue to attract the attention of scientists and travelers from all over the world. At the moment, the pyramids do not pose an obvious threat to humanity, but supporters of alternative historical theories insist that these grand monuments were not created for no reason. Unfortunately, we have no way of traveling back in time, and personally speaking with the great pharaohs, Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, to learn the true reasons that prompted them to spend colossal resources on building their own tombs. Even if such an opportunity existed, it is unlikely that the ancient Egyptian rulers would give us a direct and honest answer. Most likely, they would resort to evasive and vague formulations, using general phrases and avoiding specifics, much like modern political figures do. However, it is impossible to deny the fact that the construction of the Great Pyramids involved technologies that are still inaccessible to us today. The presence of such advanced knowledge and skills suggests their rational and purposeful use. It is hard to imagine that the pharaohs would have utilized these capabilities solely to satisfy their own ambitions and vanity. In addition, it should not be forgotten that the construction of the pyramids was accompanied by enormous human sacrifices. Thousands of slaves worked in unbearable conditions, many of them dying from exhausting labor and harsh treatment. Perhaps this is why some people believe that the pyramids carry the imprint of suffering and negative energy accumulated over centuries. For many centuries, the pyramids of Giza have remained the subject of countless debates and discussions among scientists, historians, and enthusiasts of alternative theories. Among the many hypotheses explaining the true purpose of these grand structures, 2 ideas are particularly popular. According to the first theory, the pyramids are giant energy installations capable of continuously generating and accumulating some form of energy. Supporters of this idea argue that the ancient Egyptians possessed advanced knowledge in the fields of physics and engineering, which enabled them to create such sophisticated constructions. If this hypothesis is true, then the pyramids may hold the secret of an inexhaustible source of energy that humanity has been searching for over many years. The second popular theory claims that the pyramids served as devices for communicating with distant corners of the universe. Adherents of this idea believe that the ancient builders used special technologies that allowed them to establish contact with extraterrestrial civilizations or even higher forms of intelligence. If this hypothesis turns out to be true, then the pyramids may be the key to unraveling the mystery of the existence of alien life and establishing interstellar communication. However, despite the appeal of these theories, their credibility raises serious doubts. The problems associated with the search for renewable energy sources and establishing contact with extraterrestrial civilizations are relevant for modern humanity, but were hardly as significant for the ancient Egyptians. A civilization with the knowledge and technologies necessary to create an inexhaustible energy source or establish contact with alien intelligence would surely have found a simpler and more effective way to solve these problems than moving massive stone blocks over many years. If we abandon the traditional views of the pyramids as burial structures and assume that they were created for much more complex and large-scale tasks, then a disturbing thought arises. Those who possess the knowledge about the true purpose of these monuments hold an incredibly powerful weapon. And this weapon is directed against us, the people who do not even realize what they are dealing with. After all, if we do not know how to use the pyramids as intended, we will not be able to stop those who do. And this cannot help but cause concern. Reflecting on the pyramids, we often wonder, which part of these grand structures plays a key role in their functionality? To get closer to an answer, let's look at the Pyramid of Kukulkan, topped with a small temple. According to the accepted version, the Maya used this sanctuary for ritual sacrifices. But was that really its original purpose? It is possible that in the distant past, the temple served as a kind of laboratory equipped with some mysterious equipment, and rituals began to be performed there only millennia later, when the true purpose of this place was forgotten. Perhaps after the temple was abandoned, primitive people decided to use it to appease the ancient gods who once ruled over these lands. Let's look at similar structures in Meidum and Dashur to notice that their creators clearly provided for the possibility of installing some kind of object at the top. It is possible that it was there that control centers for processes occurring in the surrounding space were located, allowing for the formation of favorable configurations of events. In other words, these structures could have served as tools for directed influence on the course of existence. If we assume that the pyramids indeed served as a kind of reality generators capable of influencing the probability of certain events, then a number of captivating questions arise. Who were the mysterious creators who built these monuments? What knowledge and technologies did they possess? And most importantly, are the pyramids still being used today by those who have deciphered their true purpose? If we assume that the ancient pyramids were erected with the aim of mastering such technologies, it becomes clear why not a single device or mechanism that could be used for these purposes has fallen into the hands of modern scientists. Perhaps humanity is simply not yet ready to possess such powerful tools for influencing reality. Interestingly, unlike Egypt, where the pyramids are world-famous attractions and objects of tourist pilgrimage, China is not in a hurry to attract attention to its numerous pyramids, whose sizes are comparable to the Egyptian ones. It is possible that the Chinese are better informed about the true purpose of these structures and plan to learn to use their potential in the future. At the same time, the authorities of Bosnia do not seem to suspect the possible hidden functions of their pyramids and actively conduct excavations to attract tourists and generate income. The threat posed by the pyramids may seem contrived and unrealistic at first glance. But if you delve into the essence of the problem, it becomes evident that the danger is quite real and could lead to catastrophic consequences for all of humanity. Imagine that our body is a kind of microcosm populated by a huge number of different microorganisms, many of which are potential carriers of dangerous diseases. Some of these microbes we acquire naturally, while others are introduced artificially in the form of vaccines to develop immunity. It turns out that thousands of potential killers are constantly present inside our body, ready at any moment to strike at our health. However, as long as their number does not exceed a certain threshold and the immune system functions without failures, we can feel relatively safe. But as soon as the body weakens due to malnutrition, hypothermia, or vitamin deficiency, this dormant army of microbes begins to multiply rapidly, causing various diseases. It would seem, what does all this have to do with the pyramids? It turns out the most direct connection. If containers with harmful human tissues were placed on the tops of these mysterious structures, the signal they emitted could provoke a rapid growth of pathogenic microorganisms in the bodies of healthy people. Moreover, if several different strains and types of infections were used simultaneously, the consequences could be truly apocalyptic. Humanity simply would not be able to survive under conditions of global disease caused by multiple serious ailments. Of course, such a scenario may seem too fantastic and far-fetched. However, history knows many examples when seemingly incredible ideas became a reality. It is enough to recall the atomic bomb or genetic engineering. We cannot rule out the possibility that someone might try to use the pyramids as a kind of biological weapon of mass destruction. Therefore, in the event of global epidemics and cataclysms, humanity should indeed pay closer attention to ancient structures and check whether they harbor any secrets and threats.